All of the ideology which we think of as being somehow up in the air actually exists in very material terms, in very banal terms. And this is also an exhibition which really celebrates the significance of those banal entities and tries to reframe them in a way that is kind of critical and provocative. My name is Jack Self. I'm one of the curators of the British Pavilion this year. I worked with Finn Williams and Shumi Bose to realize this project. Of course, our Ravenna's theme this year was reporting from the front line, and the front line in Britain is certainly our terrible housing crisis, but we wanted to suggest that the housing crisis is not just a lack of housing, it's not just a numbers game, it's fundamentally about how we're designing those homes. We have a hangover from the 20th century about functionless space, which is that all actions take place simultaneously in the plan. I mean, the reality is that we don't have a shower, do the washing up, and lie in bed at the same time. We only do one of those things. And when you design through time, it gives you a completely different lens in order to understand what the role of space in the home might be. What we tried to do was really demonstrate that the home itself is a design object and it's open to being redesigned every generation. We look at something like the bedroom for a single person. That was invented in 1849. Everything that we take for granted and think of as traditional and normal has been an invention, and that also means that the future has great possibility for it in how we think about redesigning the home. Of course, the home is relevant to everyone. We all have to live somewhere. And so the ambition from the beginning was to create something that was immersive and inclusive and engaging, and which opens up architecture and that discussion to the broadest possible audience. I would like visitors to this pavilion to come away with a sense of their own homes as artificial constructs, as design objects, and that they can have a role themselves in changing their forms of life. Hopefully this provokes people to consider whether or not the way that they're living today is really how they would like to live.